Progress isn't linear, and that's not a failure. Welcome back to the Not So Typical Fitness Podcast, the podcast of people who want to learn how to prioritise their health in ways that work for them, and of people who want to celebrate real life health and fitness journeys and successes. They can be messy, they can be magical, and definitely not always a straight line. I'm Rhiannon. I'm a qualified personal trainer. I'm autistic. I've got ADHD. And if you have ever felt like you were doing so well and seeing great progress and then suddenly you weren't, this podcast is for you today. So we're going to be talking about something that most fitness faces try to ignore and pretend don't exist. So this is things like the dips and the spirals, the pauses of someone's fitness journey, and the dreaded backward steps, because let's face it, despite what all the before and after photos tell you, progress isn't linear and it never has to be. And I know this because I have an amazing before and after picture, and I can tell you I'm still very much on my journey. So let's talk about this idea of backwards. You've probably had a week where what you'll see is the scale goes up. You might have missed a few gym sessions. You might be stressed or depressed or just not in the mood to exercise. And then suddenly it feels like all the work you did and all that hard work that you have put in has vanished. It's gone. There was no point. And you scroll Instagram and you see these fitness influencers and you wonder how everybody else is still smashing it, whilst you are snuggled up on your sofa watching repeats of The Office with a tub of Ben & Jerry's, your dog, and zero motivation to be healthy and move your body. Now, let me say this, and let me say this clearly. Progress is not lost when you slow down. You are not failing just because things got hard. When we think of progress, we often think of a straight line with, here, start point, here, end point, line in between. But that's not really reality. We might have times within that where we are making constant progress and we're committed and we've got discipline and healthy habits. Great. But inevitably, it's going to flatline. It might drop. It might just stop. But it can start again. And that's why progress is not always linear. So think about a heart rate monitor that goes up and down and up and down. And if it's flat, that's not good because there is no heartbeat. So these highs and these lows and these steady days in between, which might be your flat points, actually, this is what living looks like. It's having the good, it's having the bad, but it's about the long-term journey that's important. When was the last time you felt like you were going backwards and taking a backward step? When was the last time you went to the gym and you tried to lift a weight that you've lifted before and suddenly you couldn't lift it? It feels like a backward step, but is it actually? Is it? Or were you just having a day where you weren't as strong? Were you on your period? Were your hormones fluctuating? Were you just not able to mentally be in the right place to lift the weight? Plateaus don't mean you're out of the game, you are still in it. These plateaus get such a bad rep online and people treat them like red flags, like that you're not seeing any progress and that you're obviously not doing enough. But actually, what I see is stability and persistence, maintenance. And these plateaus can actually be where we are testing our habits and we are in positions where we're able to practice showing up, even when it's boring because we're not seeing these big wins. When you start strength training, you can move up the weights you can lift quite quickly at the start, and then it gets harder, and then it plateaus. But it's not necessarily a plateau. We are moving forward in a different way because we can start to build this confidence that is for life, because it's not just about these temporary highs or quick fixes. And when things stop changing, it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. It often just means that your body is adjusting, recovering, or catching up. Or maybe your brain is just processing everything else that's going on behind the scenes. Like, what if the plateau isn't actually your problem? What if a plateau is the proof that you are still showing up despite life getting hard? Just try and reframe it like that. It will make a huge difference to your overall journey. And then there is this progress that no one talks about. So we're often taught to look for lifting heavier, the number on the scale dropping, running your 5K quicker, doing more push-ups in a minute. But what about these invisible ones, these invisible goals or achievements or progress things? In my world, and as a personal trainer, progress to me can look like walking to the gym, even when your anxiety tells you no. Your progress can look like saying, do you know what? My body needs rest today, and actually honouring it and just going for a walk instead of going to the gym. Maybe it's cooking instead of skipping a meal. Maybe it's just putting toast in the toaster because it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you've not eaten anything yet. Maybe it's wearing leggings that you used to avoid because you are building confidence in your body. And I'm not just talking about people who are fat or big, but just people who have anxiety and confidence issues. And what about when you are spiraling and in an awful place, but then you can come back? And you just come back. This is why, to me, fitness is so much more than numbers. It is about how you feel in your skin. It's about how you treat your body when no one is watching. And it is about how you bounce back from those dips. So let me tell you about my most recent wobble. And if you follow me, you will know about this. I lost over 100 pounds and I have pretty much put that all back on. And that is because I didn't know how to make fitness work for me when my life changed, when life got hard. And so what I'm doing now is I'm coming back, but slower and kinder. And I'm way more confident now than I was before. I am the same body I was before when I was mortified by how I looked, how I wouldn't have been able to go to a gym. I wouldn't have really worn leggings. Or I would have worn leggings but worn a really baggy top that covered my tummy and my bum. I don't do that now because even though my weight's come back on, the progress I've done mentally is humongous. And it's that is going to drive me forward and my body will change. So my question for today is, what is one small win that you've experienced this week that nobody saw but meant everything to you? Was it that you've managed to brush your teeth 10 times? 10 times? Was it that you've managed to brush your teeth twice in one day? Was it that you had a shower every day this week? Was it that you showered once a week when you really struggled to shower? What's one small win that actually is really important to celebrate? And this week coming, I want you just to take stock of these things, just these invisible things that we don't talk about enough, that are important. The ones where it's like, I just showed up, and sometimes that is more than doing anything. If you want to share your small wins as well with a community who gets it, consider joining the Not So Typical Fitness community on Heartbeat. It's free and it is for people like you who just want to learn how to prioritise their health in a way that works for them. How to make fitness work for you in a way that goes with your brain and doesn't set you up for failure from the offset. So until next time, show up, stay you, and just stop measuring your journey with someone else's ruler. Please, you're on your own journey, just as I'm on my own journey. And this week is a shorter one because I'm batching these at the moment, which is new for me. But I'm trying to make life more manageable and have these show up more. And I have plans this evening. I'm being sociable for once. So it's a short one, but I'm just making it work for me. So until next time, show up, stay you. Stop measuring your journey with someone else's ruler. You've got this, and I will chat to you soon.